Hey everyone, Michael here from the Seniors Money YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome. On this channel, we cover all the latest news, tips, and strategies to help Canadian retirees and soon-to-be retirees make the most of their money and live their best lives. Today's video is one you won't want to miss. The federal government just announced a groundbreaking change to the old age security program that is going to put a lot more money in the pockets of Canadian seniors every single month. You're going to want to stick around to get all the details. But before we dive in, do me a quick favor and smash that like button. It really helps get this video in front of more Canadian retirees who need to know about this huge update. And if you're not yet subscribed, hit that red subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you never miss an update from Seniors Money. Alright, let's get into it. Imagine what an extra $1,800 per month could do for your retirement. You could finally take that dream vacation you've been putting off for years. Or help your kids or grandkids out with some expenses. Heck, you could even splurge a little and get that new set of golf clubs or fishing rod you've had your eye on. An extra $1,800 per month in retirement income could absolutely transform your golden years. Well, get ready, Canadian seniors, because that dream just became a reality. Okay, let's start by looking at the details around who qualifies for this potential $1,800 monthly OAS increase and how it works. Based on the Prime Minister's announcement, any Canadian currently receiving OS payments would automatically qualify for the extra $1,800 on top of their existing OS amount. You don't need to reapply or fill out any additional paperwork. This includes both those collecting the basic OS pension paid to most retirees 65 and older, as well as those receiving the Guaranteed Income Supplement, GIS, or allowance benefits paid to lower-income seniors. Whether you're getting the full OS amount or a partial amount due to your income level, you'll get an extra $1,800 per month. Now, as for when this extra money could start arriving, the Prime Minister stated that the goal is to have the first $1,800 top-up payments issued as early as January 2024, so just a few months from now. However, they still need to get the required legislation approved by Parliament first. Trudeau said he plans to immediately recall Parliament from their current break so they can study and vote on this OS reform bill as quickly as possible. With the Liberals holding only a minority government, they'll need support from at least one of the other parties to pass this legislation. But based on initial reactions from opposition leaders, that doesn't seem like it will be an issue. We'll circle back to the political considerations in just a bit. For now, though, let's talk about how getting an extra $1,800 per month impacts your overall retirement income situation if you're currently collecting OS. The key thing to understand is that this is essentially free, no strings attached money from the government. It won't impact or reduce any of the other income sources you may be receiving, like the Canada Pension Plan CPP, workplace pension payments, RSP/RRIF withdrawals, income from investments, rent, etc. The only exception is for low-income seniors receiving the Guaranteed Income Supplement, GS portion of OS. For those recipients, the extra $1,800 would count as income and could potentially reduce your GIS amount somewhat. However, Trudeau said the government would adjust the GIS income thresholds and clawback rates to ensure that even low-income seniors still see a huge increase in their overall monthly income when you combine the OAS top-up with their revised GS payment. So in essence, this is pretty much just free extra money from the government on top of whatever other retirement income sources you already receive. I can't overstate just how big of a deal it is for stretching those limited retirement dollars. We'll talk more about the financial impact in a bit. But for now, I want to address one of the big questions and concerns floating around. How the heck is the government going to pay for such an enormous increase in OAS benefits? Paying for the $1,800 monthly OAS increase? Let's face it, upgrading OAS payments by an extra $1,800 per month for every single retiree in Canada is going to cost the federal government an absolute fortune. We're talking billions and billions of dollars per year in additional costs. In his announcement, Trudeau acknowledged that this is by far the most expensive increase to Canadian retirement benefits that has ever been proposed. However, he said the government has developed a multi-pronged strategy to cover the costs, including a small increase to Canada Pension Plan CPP, premiums paid by working Canadians to go towards partially funding the OAS increase. Trudeau said CPP premiums would only go up by about 0.5% of income, which works out to $5 per week for the average worker earning $60,000 per year. introducing a new 2% tax on earnings over $300,000 for Canada's highest income earners to generate billions in extra revenue. Having Canada's biggest corporations that earn over $1 billion in revenues pay an additional 3% corporate income tax rate, eliminating certain corporate tax loopholes and deductions frequently used by wealthy individuals and companies. Introducing a 15% national tax on vaping products and a 20% tax on Canada's products. And finally, introducing a small 5% tax on streaming digital entertainment subscriptions like Netflix, Disney+, etc. So that gives you a high-level overview of the government's plan to cover the massive costs of boosting OAS by $1,800 per month. As you can see, they're taking a multi-pronged approach of both increasing revenues through new taxes as well as cutting back on certain corporate tax advantages. Alright seniors, that's a wrap on breaking down this huge proposed increase to old age security benefits in Canada. To quickly recap the key details we covered, Prime Minister Trudeau announced plans to boost OAS payments by an extra $1,800 per month for all Canadian retirees currently receiving OAS. This would apply to those getting the basic OAS pension as well as lower-income seniors on GS and the allowance. The goal is to implement the $1,800 per month increase as early as January 2024 if the required legislation can pass Parliament. The increase would be paid on top of your existing OAS amount and other income sources like CPP and investments. To cover the massive costs, the government proposes raising taxes on corporations, high-income earners, and introducing new taxes on things like vaping, cannabis, and streaming services. Reactions have been largely positive from retirees and seniors groups, while opposition parties have some concerns over the funding sources. My overall take is that despite the challenges in paying for it, this is a policy worth pursuing to boost financial security and quality of life for struggling retirees. There's no question that successfully passing a $1,800 per month increase to OAS payments would be one of the biggest updates to Canada's retirement income system in decades. It has the potential to dramatically improve the finances and living standards for millions of Canadian seniors. At the same time, the sheer cost of adding $21,600 per year to every retiree's income will add up to tens of billions of dollars that will need to be accounted for through new revenue sources like tax hikes. Finding that perfect balanced approach for funding such an expansion won't be easy. Ultimately, there's still a long parliamentary process ahead before this becomes official policy. We'll have to stay tuned for any changes or amendments as the legislation gets scrutinized and debated over the coming months. But I'll continue following every new development and keep all of you updated on this extremely important issue right here on the Seniors Money YouTube channel. So make sure you're subscribed and have notifications turned on so you don't miss any breaking updates. In the meantime, I'd love to hear your personal thoughts on this proposed $1,800 OAS increase down in the comments section. Do you support it or are you against it? What would an extra $1,800 per month mean for your retirement? This is a pivotal policy decision that will impact all Canadian seniors, so I really want to hear your perspective. And of course, if you found this video helpful and informative, a quick like on the video would be incredibly appreciated. It really helps get more eyes on these important retirement finance topics. Alright seniors, that's it for this update on the massive proposed changes coming to OAS payments. I'll be back again very soon with even more key insights to help you make the most of your retirement finances and live your best life. Until next time, take care.